Ah, yeah. Only one life, it's only one life, so I live it up. No time for drama, palafa, and the plenty talk. But I see the if you give me lemon, lemon, no like wahala, if wahala come about wahala. So, na so, life, my joy, and me a jolly, na so, life, anything will feel make me para, no just carry on, come my corner, away, away, away. Bad energy far away. Away, away, away. Bad energy stay away. Ona, Ona, see me my head. I saw, I need away, away. Anytime we make me die, don't stop carrying on my phone. Let nobody quench your fire. If them like it, bring fire, fighter. Dance your reggae, make you my cosa. Mr. DJ, now you go tire. Na so, life, my joy, and me a jolly. Na so, life, anything will be make me para. No just carry on, come my corner. Away, away, away. Bad energy far away. Away, away, away. Bad energy stay away. Ona, Ona, see me my head. I saw, I need away, away. Anytime we make me die, I don't
I audible? Can everybody hear me? Awesome. Hello, entrepreneurs, founders, beautiful people. It's so good to be here. You are welcome to the 208th Entrepreneurs Assembly. Thank you, DJ Kit, for that beautiful, amazing song. And it's a huge pleasure to be here with all of you, the ever passionate. I say, Johnson just turned on his camera. Amazing. Nice to meet you. The ever passionate Johnson, driven and consistent entrepreneurs. I see you, Mr. Benga, Mr. David, ever consistent. It's so good to have you here. I see you, Mr. Olushala. Hello, Mr. Charles. Hello, Rosemary. How are you doing today? Okay, so, and as usual, our guest is in the room. Hello, Mr. Panashe. I hope I got that correctly. If not, you have to forgive me.
It's close enough. It counts. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. And I honestly have to say, I remain inspired by the energy that you all bring to the room. And this is what the journey and commitment to growth looks like. Now, if this is your very first time joining the Entrepreneurs Assembly, you are very welcome. This is a gathering of world changers, institution makers, impactful entrepreneurs like yourself. And if this is not your first time, it's good to see you again. You're very welcome. And I'd like you to take the next few moments to go on a quick outreach. Why don't you go ahead and get your people in here? Call your business partners, call your mentees, call your teammates, call your friends, call your family, or you can send a message also. Get into different groups that you're in. Tell them the Entrepreneurs Assembly is live. Get as many people as you can because we are moving very fast as usual. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. You're about to experience a mind shift. So stay open-minded, get your jutting materials to take down insight that can relate to you on a personal level, right? And generally, of course. And get comfortable and turn on your camera like I'm doing right now. And all this and more you'll see, all these things I've said, you'll see in the video we are about to watch. Hello, Mr. Dave. It's nice to have you in the room. So let's see more on how to join a Zoom meeting with this video. Watch this video, guys.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1, always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2, your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3, your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4, always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5, your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6, always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7, always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8, remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9, always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10, always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11, eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12, when speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13, be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14, always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15, always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating I'm done or thank you. Number 16, do not exceed your time limit. Number 17, always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18, make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19, always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20. Most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
I see some people nodding their head. You learned something, yeah? Super awesome video. Welcome back from the video, guys. Once again, you're welcome if you're just joining us for the first time. This is the Entrepreneurs Assembly, powered by the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, AYE, where innovators, founders, builders like you gather to connect, collaborate, and effect impossible changes around the world. So one thing we believe in is unity. Another thing is collaboration. And lastly, you. We believe in you. And that's what this platform is about. And at the end of every assembly, we remind ourselves of this truth with our mantra from the AYE Members Creed. If you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? So you raise your hand with me like this. I'm sure it will be put up on the screen soon, right? Like this. And then I make the call, or anybody else that's at the end of the assembly makes the call. If you can achieve this much alone, then you respond, how much more can we achieve together? Because we solely believe we achieve way more together. So don't go anywhere. We'll be doing that chant once again right before we close the assembly today. And if you'd like to be born into AYE, that's Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, go on straight to our website and become a member. I'm sure admin will drop the website details in the chat. Right. Thank you, admin, in advance. Now, let me show you some amazing testimonials that came in this week from different parts of the world. Right. Just stay tuned with me. Sorry. This is from Sarah, all the way from Uganda, Sarah N. Kampala. When I first joined AYE, my business was just an idea scribbled in a notebook. I didn't have clarity, funding, or even the courage to call myself an entrepreneur. Through the mentorship, training, and networking opportunities, I found the confidence to build something real. Today, that same idea has grown into a social enterprise, providing clean water solutions across rural Uganda. AYE didn't just shape my business, it shaped me into the leader I always hoped to become. That's amazing, Sarah. And then this is from, let's take the one from South Africa, yeah. Breaking barriers. This is from Tabo M, all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. And he titles this one, Breaking Barriers. He said, as a young entrepreneur, I always felt the odds were stacked against me. But AYE changed my perspective completely. For the first time, I was in a room where everyone spoke the same language of possibility, innovation, and resilience. The exposure to investors, the access to knowledge, and the culture of bold thinking helped me scale my startup beyond borders. AYE is proof that Africa's future is limitless when entrepreneurs are given the right platform. That's so amazing. So we have tons of other testimonials, but because of time, we won't be going through that today. Thank you for the clap. Awesome, super awesome. So if you want your testimonials shared like this, send it into testimonials@ayeorganization.com. You can note it somewhere because I'm sure you're going to have testimonials pretty soon, as soon as you're consistent with attending our entrepreneurs assemblies like this. So we can celebrate your journey with you. Take note of it on testimonials@ayeorganization.com. And the next thing on the agenda is, let's see, a fireside chat. To start the fire, I'll invite our very own president and founder of the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, President Sumi Smart Francis. This is where we...
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. What a great day to be here. I was saying to somebody just now, I said, it's a new day, it's Saturday, and I'm gonna learn. You know, I never knew I was going to be such a fan of knowledge like this. It's so beautiful, especially when you climb on different stages that you just sit down and get to, like Brown said, light up the fire for the amazing business leaders and entrepreneur gurus in the room. You know, one of our speakers today is a bully, a big bully. So be ready, guys, because he's not gonna take nonsense from y'all. And you know, I'm already ready to be bullied. If you're ready to be bullied, just drop it in the comment section. I want to be bullied with wisdom, bullied with impact, bullied with experience. Of course, I've got a tremendous guy here as well who's done amazing work when it comes to projects. His leadership skills has knock off great deals when it comes to big numbers across the world. So I am so ready, guys, for you. I see a lot of us are still joining in. I got a lot of messages. So people are saying their Wi-Fi connection, they're trying to rush in. Many of the people are rushing into the room. I always tell you, always have a backup Wi-Fi. You don't want to miss it. I am so ready right now. I want to learn from the wealth of wisdom, from wealth of experience. And I'm going to thank you all in advance. To my guests in the room today, I want to say thank you so much, Dave. Thank you, Panache, for coming in. Even before I bring you guys in, I want to thank you. I want to thank you because I know what you're made of. I want to thank you because I know what you're going to deliver. I want to thank you because I know what you're about to give. And if there's any one of you in this room, don't be selfish. If there's somebody that you genuinely love, make sure they're in this room right now. Make sure that's the best gift you can give out. I dropped it on my status. I said, we are live. It's going down. It's going to be hot. So if there's somebody, especially those of you running a company, if your staff members are not here, you're just trying to lead a bunch of what? People that might have missed out of wisdom. So make sure you get people that you work with, your fiance, your spouse. You know, most people say, I take my husband to church. I make sure my wife goes to church. I make sure they go to the mosque. Yes, that's spirituality. That's for God. How about their business as well? Where do you just bring them into rooms where they get to like get wisdom from those who have experience? And they say experience is the best teacher. But I always make it very, very clear. Experience of another man is the best teacher. That's it for me, because I don't think you want to go through the bully story. For him to become a bully in business, something made him a bully. Something made him that strong. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you want to go through all what Panache went through. I think the best you can do is to learn from the experience that they went through, and that's what they're going to deliver to us today. Yes, before I start right now, I am going to give the house rules so that we all know, yes, we cannot raise hand, we cannot distract. If you're in a comfortable space, make sure you got your camera on. Professionalism is key. If you are not in a comfortable space, make sure you have your earphones. Do not distract people around you. Make sure you're focused because the most powerful gift to ever give anyone is knowledge. Yes, you heard me right. It's knowledge, and that's what you're going to be getting right now. And to my speakers, I'm going to first pass the mic around. I'm going to, take it to the US, to Dave, for 1 minute. You're just going to wet the ground, give us your opening statement. I'm going to receive back the mic, and I'm going to pass it down to Panache in Namibia, and you're going to wet the ground as well. But just before you wet the ground, very important that, I know you all know most of our speakers already, but Dave Anderson, like I said, you must be wondering who is the bull in the house. He is the bull in the house. It's fondly known as a business bully because it's a powerhouse. It believes in a no-nonsense strategy in helping you focus. And thank God you all know me as well. That I do not take excuse from you guys because you have no choice but to succeed. And that's why men like Dave Anderson come into play. This is a member that is one of the Forbes coaches council. So now you get where the bully comes from. He is a coach. And I've always told people, Dave, I've always said to them, show me a quiet coach and I will keep quiet. Yeah. Show me a coach that says, run, come on, man, run. Or at the football pitch, oh, you should have passed the ball, Messi, pass the ball. You ain't gonna say that. You're gonna say, you run, pass the, don't let me swear here, but that's what a coach is, pushing you beyond your limits so that you can, you can get to what you are made of. And of course, his company, the Business Bully LLC, has empowered hundreds of entrepreneurs. He has changed different people's mind. He's a coach, he's an author. He has mentored a lot of celebrities as well. I don't want to say much, but let him wet the ground for 1 minute first, and I collect the mic before he deals with us. Dave Anderson, my brother, the mic is yours. Just give us an opening statement for 1 minute.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mr. President, for having me. I am extremely excited to be here. The one thing that I will say to you is I believe that the best thing we can do for each other is understand that we all have differences, but we all have one goal, and that's to be massively successful. When you are born, you are a clean slate. And then what happens is society, regardless of where we are throughout the diaspora, will tell us that we are less than, that we are somehow disproportionately disadvantaged, and nothing could be further from the truth. We are collective. We are the original people. We are the people that have built civilization and has civilized and circumnavigated the globe before anybody built a boat that was palm colored. I need you to understand that what you have inside of you is absolute greatness, absolute fire. And the one thing that is missing is cultivation. And once you are able to take that fire and harness it, that's where real power comes in. What you do with that power is completely up to you. But the thing that I need you to keep in mind is that your power can only be magnified by collective organization, growth, and strengthening yourself by surrounding yourself with people who have strengths that are different than yours. So today, I just wanted to talk to you and let you know that, yes, I'm an absolute bully, because we have come to a world where everybody's getting a 17th place trophy, where everybody is told that, oh, you can do it. It's okay if you're just okay. No, 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 no. We're not doing okay anymore. We are shooting for phenomenal. I need 10 people in the chat right now to put down phenomenal so that you understand what you're here for. I need you to realize that there is an agenda against you, and to counteract that, I have my own agenda. It's called the Real Black Agenda. We're going to dive into this a little bit later, but I just wanted to say I'm happy that you're here, that I'm willing to pour into you, that I want you to bring your questions, bring your enthusiasm, and bring that 2 square feet of real estate in between your ears called your brain, and get ready to expand your mind in a way that it has never been challenged before. And with that, I yield back to you, Mr. President.
Woo! I told you all before. I warned you all. You thought I was joking? The bullies in the house, brothers and sisters. The bullies in the freaking house. I said 1 minute, wet the floor. Man, the guy did not wet the floor with water. He poured gas on it and lit it on fire. What the heck did he just do there, Dave Anderson? You were just supposed to wet the floor. But now you get what I'm saying. If you just get that 1 minute wetness and you need somebody that you love to hear this word of wisdom, it's not too late. You're just about to start. Tell them, come in. Get into your family group. Tell them, come in. Call your daughter, call your son. Tell them, come in. Call your friend, man. He's been wondering, how have you been making money? How have you been growing? Tell them, come in. This is what I get. This is what I get. And guess what? For free. And that's why he said, thank you so much to our guest that comes to give us all these week by week for free. Now, you think you've got him one? I'll pass the mic right now. I'm going to Panache. Now, you know why I brought you Panache? Many of y'all will look at life and say, I want to make the big numbers. But what kind of leadership will get you into making that big numbers? What kind of discipline, what kind of structure will get you to make those big numbers? This man is an amazing professional. I remember 2023 was our year of professionalism. 2025 in my organization is declared our year of leadership. So our conversations today will be about leadership. And in 2023, when we spoke the entire year on professionalism, we talked about the discipline, the kind of structure you have to have. This is a man that has done over €1 billion in terms of the companies, the project that he has run. I am so impressed. He has closed over 200 million euro in terms of deals that he has closed. This is the kind of lifestyle, like Dave said, that we want to live. But what takes you to becoming that person? That's why I have Panache in the room. So Panache Daringo, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Don't be like Dave. 1 minute to wet the room. The mic is yours, my brother. The mic is yours.
Good evening, colleagues. Mr. President, thank you for having me. I'm super delighted to be here. My name is Panache Daringo. I'm from Namibia. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually dialing in from Kigali. We've got a project management summit here, and we're all in one village. And I'm absolutely ecstatic to be here. I believe that iron sharpens iron, and the only way that we can really grow as a continent really is by learning from each other. So I've got a lot of lessons that I've learned. I've got a lot of tricks that I've learned. I consider myself as a proudly failed entrepreneur. And I'll talk to you about exactly what that means. I'll tell you some of the harsh realities that I've faced, and how I've been able to pivot against those. So look forward to the discussion. Get warm, guys. The fire's starting.
The fire is coming from a proudly failed entrepreneur. I like that. I like the sound like that. You know, we haven't even started. That is one very strong, powerful line that I got from him. And from Dave, he said, you know, we're a clean slate from our beginning. And we need to cultivate for growth. Man, you know, I fear something today. Because when I bring in my guest and we have a fireside chat, I try to keep up and write the notes, you know, kind of like got my books already filled up and stuff. But my fear for this gentleman in the room is that these guys have seen life. They have seen business. How do I keep up with the notes? So each man for himself on this program today. I can't keep no note from you because just grab what you can, deposit it in your wisdom box because I'm going to struggle. So show me your pen, everybody. Show me your pen. Show me your pen. Show me your pen. I love that. Show me your pen. So we're going to keep up. We're going to keep up. When I throw the question, when they're dishing it out, rush it, write it down. Now, the reason why you write down is because you inscribe it in your soul, man. That's the reason why we write. We don't write because of the ink on the paper. We write because of the ink on our mind. When we write, we are assimilating that knowledge in a different format. That is why we write. So I'm going to start, Dave. I want to share this story with you. You know, it happened about 5 days ago. And, you know, you would expect that when you travel business class, you would always get the best services and the best person to attend to you. But funny how some airlines just get this very stern looking, you know, supervisors to be at the business counter. And you don't get the pretty ladies, the pretty guys with their smiles anymore. And I'm checking it and I'm thinking, what's happening here? This guy is also looking up angry, face is so hard, everything is so stern. And then my wife, who happens to be in this room right now, left for the bathroom. So she now left me with this ugly looking guy, ugly looking personality, trying to check in business class. And I'm wondering, I got two options there. It's either I tell this guy, hey, dude, business, man, this is already, why are you doing this? Or, you know, I switch. And now why do I use the word switch? Because I need a favor, brother. I need a favor because my seat that I was checked in, I didn't like it. Myself and my wife is separated, and you can imagine how business class is already like your own section. So now separating us is going to be such a boring flight. So I need this arrogant guy's favor. Guess what, Dave Anderson? And that's one of the things I want you to speak about first. The first thing that came to my mind is use your personality to change his personality. And immediately, within 30 seconds, this arrogant looking guy was laughing like a madman. Not only did he give me all the seats that I want, changing and removing passengers for my sake, he gave me his phone number and said, anytime you're going to board at this airport, I want to serve you. Dave Anderson, tell me something, man. Some leaders not understand that our charisma as a leader is an instrument of negotiation. Talk to us about that. The mic is yours.
The thing that people don't understand, Mr. President, is very simple. When you have, everybody has 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 feet. Some people don't have 2 connected brain cells to realize that it's not talent. We got plenty of talented people. It's not hard work. There are plenty of hardworking broke people. What makes the difference in whether you succeed or fail is the way that people feel your energy. And energy is one of those things that is tangible if you understand it goes beyond the physical. Here's what I mean. I don't care where you are in the world. You have walked in to a family gathering or to a restaurant or to somebody's house where you're going to have a dinner or a lunch or a sit down, and you can tell that they just got finished arguing because the energy is in that. Or if you've ever seen a boxing contest or a mixed martial arts fight, you can see the announcer say, you can cut the tension with a knife, Bob. You feel the energy. Energy is palatable. So if somebody's coming in there, you didn't have to say a word. That guy that you saw, he did not have a good disposition. You could see it on his face. You could feel the energy coming off of him. And that in and of itself said, okay, I see what's happening here. And instead of going in there with that same energy, like I'm a man and my wife needs this and I need that, and you ruining business class, homie, you said, hey, man, What's going on? How you doing? I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm Mr. President. You can call me Mr. President, right? If you need something, I'm the president. I got you covered. And like you said, he was laughing like a madman. The difference between somebody having a horrible day and having a phenomenal day is your ability to not only switch, but to turn their perspective on. My favorite book says, "Be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." It is also your job to renew the minds of those around you, because your energy is your responsibility, and somebody else's energy infringing upon yours is your job to protect yourself from that. And that's how deals get done. I get a lot more done with a smile and a handshake than I do with stats and a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I wish I could hug you, brother. I wish I could hug you, man. Like everybody developing something right now, just try and invent a virtual hug. I don't want something that like an emoji. I want something I can throw to Dave and I want him to feel it right on his chin. Like, what the heck did you just give me right now? Because that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what happened. And you know, it's not about talent. It's not about skill. Guys, can you hear this? From experience, from wisdom that is speaking to you today. Forget, it's not about education. Some of you will wonder, why is the dullest guy in class doing so well? The guy is crazy charismatic. The guy is crazy fun. The guy is crazy energy. And this is a sound warning for your introvert out there. I don't say it's not good to be an introvert, but we're going to talk a bit about that later. The world right now opens up better with a smile. So all this moody personality, I don't want to talk too much about that. You know, I'm going to come back to that. And Dave, maybe before I go to Namibia, because Namibia is quite far from America. If I'm going to fly down there, I'm going to get back. That's a long distance. So let me stay in the US, and ask you this then. How do we then put this energy into our business? How can we like transform it? Maybe you can want to give us one or two life examples. The mic is
Well,
yours.
I will tell you this, Mr. President. The one thing that I've learned is that most people have been conditioned and trained through education to work hard for somebody else. The thing that we have gotten away from is working hard for ourselves. When you watch, whether it is soccer or basketball or American football, the one thing that you will see is on the back of everybody's jersey is their last name. You are playing for legacy. What happens is we start focusing so much on our job. We'll give 40 hours a week to somebody that's paying us under what we're actually worth, but we won't pour the sweat equity into ourselves in order to build a legacy that our great grandchildren will be able to live off of. And so what we need to do is take our energy and our mindset and, again, Mr. President, switch it to focusing on allowing our jobs, for those of us who are still working and then working on our business, to be the silent partner in funding our business, funding our goals, funding our legacy, funding our dreams. And once we do that, we realize that the mind is going to say, this is just me getting the investment so that I can focus on my business. You have to be excited and fired up about what it is that you're doing every single day, because if you're not, you can't get a client. You can't get a customer. No one is going to follow the person who does this. Well, you know, I have a business and it's a good business and you should buy from me. I'm not buying from that person. I'm buying from the person that is fired up and ready to go and understands the importance of good energy and a quality product. There are 1,000,001 people selling bread. There's 1,000,001 people selling water. What makes the difference is the story behind that. People do not buy products and services. People buy people, and people buy stories. So if the story behind the product and services aren't any good, then the product is going to sit there on the shelf to rot. So that's how we make that transition. That's how we move. That is the first step. Understanding that you are the differentiator and you need to take that energy and focus on your business, because if you won't get anybody to follow you and you won't get anybody to buy from.
Wow, people buy people. Panache, I want to know if you agree with him. Because while he was speaking, I was just listening right now on that flight down to Namibia to ask you what I would say the room do not expect me to ask. Why? Because they would expect that you close that much deal. You've advised and project-led companies to do the biggest numbers in this world. Maybe I should ask, how do you do it? But that's not what I'm going to ask. What I'm going to ask you is, what do you define leadership as? For those closure to happen, the kind of people that close such deals, the kind of people that does such projects, the kind of people that do the kind of numbers that many of the people in this room are wishing, what is their kind of mindset? Mr. Daringo, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Yeah, I think very interesting question. And I think at the core of it, I think it's resilience, right? So I think, um, like I said earlier, I'm probably one of the biggest entrepreneurial failures in this room. And a lot of it comes from having built a business, having built multiple businesses actually, and having lost a lot of everything that I built. So, I mean, I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. So, I'm 37 years old. At 23 years old, I set up a large construction company, and I had over 500 employees, and we were doing easily 5 million US dollars a year in turnovers. 3 or 4 years later, we lost everything. We built massive assets. They went after our assets. We start from zero, and that type of journey humbles you. It really pushes you mentally. And a big lesson that I've taken from there was a resilience mindset. Typically, you'd want to then pull your tail between the legs and call it a day. My approach was to start again, and I've started a new business altogether from scratch, doing things that I absolutely didn't see myself doing. And what underlines it is probably an obsession. I talked about a resilience, but it's really an obsession, not an obsession to want to be successful, but to see the best of yourself, right? To become the best version of yourself. And I always ask myself, what does the end picture look like? So that's probably been one of my biggest ethoses, one of my biggest strengths, the obsession, the hunger. There's a really, really good book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill talks about self-actualization, and he talks about a whole set of concepts that one can sort of apply. And there's a lot of very key elements there. The last one is obviously the Think and Grow Rich, which is a book that also talks about a concept called desire. And a lot of all these principles are what's actually needed to make it work, right? So it's that fear and that desire that you're sort of constantly fighting and battling with. And I think that's probably it.
Amazing. Resilience. I think the word resilience is too soft for the meaning of resilience. I think it should have been an aggressive word like Ogadugu. Ogadugu is the capital of a country. I think that is what resilience. Resilience sounds so sweet. It sounds like a romantic word. Hey, baby, I'm resilient about you, man. I just got resilient. It's a sweet word. So people don't get to get the depth of it. And that's why I'm gonna grab on Dave right now, and I'm gonna pick you on Dave, especially when you spoke on the microwave approach to life, the microwave approach to businesses. Now, because if there's no resilience, you want to bust up the microwave and you want to use the microwave, not the oven. You want to use, and that's what many of us are suffering in this room. And I'll say this, brother, I'm not even saying from running a business. I'm even saying the resilience of being you, being a proper person, being a leader. Dave Anderson, I know you've got something to say. Please say it.
The one thing that I learned about leadership is that in order to be a phenomenal leader, you have to be a phenomenal follower. And following means that you're following the examples of people who have been where you're trying to go. You don't follow people who just sit around on the corner talking about, oh, well, I'm going to do this one day. I've never seen one day in any calendar I've ever owned. The thing that I need people to understand, especially now, is that when you are moving, you've got to move in a way that defies what you feel, because your feelings will always tell you this is too hard, it's never going to work out, this isn't the right time, you're not the right person. And the truth is, if you weren't the right person, you wouldn't exist. There's 8 billion people on the planet. There's really no need for you to exist if you don't have something unique to offer. So it is your job to find that unique thing that makes you who you are, and I need you to exploit it. Because here's the truth. The difference between entrepreneurship and being an employee is that employers will take your skills, your talents, and your gifts and find a way to monetize them. Entrepreneurs will take their skills, their talents, and their gifts and find a way to monetize them. The only difference is the employer knows that you don't believe in your skills, your talents, and your gifts enough to monetize them for yourself. So they're going to take advantage of you. Every job you've ever had has underpaid you dramatically. Chris Rock famously said, the funny thing about Shaquille O'Neal is that he's rich, but the guy who signed Shaquille O'Neal's check is wealthy. Now, the reason that that guy was wealthy was because he underpaid Shaquille O'Neal. It didn't matter how many championships there are. And that's the thing. You need to understand that your gift gets unlocked when you monetize it and put it to work for you. You have to believe in your gift. And if you don't believe in your gift, find somebody who does believe in your gift and believe in their belief in it until your belief can kick in.
Why did you do this to me just now? You said something. I'm about to write it down. And then you passed them. Like, why would you do that? That's the craziest place you want to be as a moderator. Find somebody who believes in you and believe in their belief in you until the what?
Until your belief kicks in. Because have you ever, Mr. President, I'm gonna ask you this, because this is a question for you. Have you ever been somewhere driving in your car and all of a sudden you need jumper cables because somebody needs to come along and jump start your car for you because the battery ran down, whatever the case may be? Too many of us are on the road and our battery has been run down and we need somebody to give us that jump start. That's that belief in what you have. Everybody's got potential. Most people never capitalize on it. I don't know exactly where you are on the mother continent, but here's what I do know. Here in America, we have these trees, and these trees are called oak trees. And oak trees are made through a small little acorn. Every oak tree produces in a year somewhere between 50,000 and 175,000 acorns. The majority of those acorns get eaten by deer or by squirrels. Each one of those acorns has the potential to be a huge, mighty oak tree. 99% of them become squirrel poop. That is the difference between potential and activated potential. So you have to believe in somebody else who's crazy enough to believe in you until you believe in you on your own. You need to be jump-started.
You need to be jump started, guys. Honestly speaking, I've been just started right now. And I don't think Dave even jump started me the right way. I think he jump started me the wrong way. Have you used where you have to put positive or negative or negative? I think he switched the cables and there's a spark. I think there's a spark right now. I'm not jump started. Dave is sparking my life, and I hope he's sparking. If you're just joining us, this is the Entrepreneurs Assembly, where entrepreneurs from all over the world come together to network, to collaborate, and most importantly, to learn. That's what's happening right now. It's not too late. If you have anyone, your staff, your colleagues, and other members who are forgotten their reminders, let them still join in before I get in the final laps of this segment. Our speakers, amazing guys. I'm going to drop in their LinkedIn profile, their social media profile. You've got to give them a follow back to back because these guys are loaded. Now, I'm going to go back to Padashi, my brother. I know you work with your wife. Yeah. You see? You man thought I was going to talk about that, right? Yeah. But I want you to do something. I want you to take working with your wife and how much you love your wife and talk about how much you love your team. Now, leadership is also about loving the people you work with, about genuinely, leading them. Let's talk about the love for the team in business. The mic is yours.
Yeah, look, I mean, I've always believed that any business requires three P's. I call them the three P's of business. So it's people, it's passion, and it's processes. And we've been able to build our businesses extremely successful around those three. So I'll just talk about the other two quickly. So obviously, processes. The most successful businesses I've built have had systems around them. So we've always run for ISO 9001 structures, for instance, to ensure that businesses can actually scale. So processes are absolutely important because you need your business to be able to scale and you need to be able to replicate. The second piece, obviously, passion. A lot of times there is no money in the business, and I can tell you that I've had a lot of businesses which just don't make money, and the only thing that keeps you going is in the passion. So you must have some passion in there. The third P, which is people, like you said, can make or break you. It's among the top three because if you've got the wrong people in the bus, that bus is not going nowhere. And I've felt that firsthand by having a bus full of people that have actually derailed my bus, people that literally stole from us constantly, that didn't have their sort of my interests at heart at all. So there is an absolute need to make sure that you don't just love your people, but you're able to be honest with your people. The reality is that you can't love everybody. Not everybody that walks into your business should be in your business, and you need to be able to identify those that should be there and those that shouldn't be there, unfortunately. And you have to be honest enough to love them from a distance, and say, look, it's good, but it's not good. You talked about my wife. We ran a restaurant together, and we struggled with that. Business failed because the people there were not the right people. And she was one of those people, and it wasn't because she wasn't a great person. It was just she was in the wrong place. There's a concept that the Japanese call ikigai, which talks about the reason for being. And with her, I don't think that was something for her. So she didn't find that passion within that business. We just did a film with my wife, which is another business that we have, and she loves it. So it is very possible that you have the right people, you're just in the wrong business, and you've got the wrong people in the right business. And it's important to be able to differentiate the two, and it's important to be able to love them from a distance if they're not meant to be, and be honest with yourself about it. But at the core of it, get the right people, get the right processes, and get the passion going.
Oh my God. Oh, wisdom is profitable to man. I don't just know how to say this. Asked him about love, and all I heard was love your business. Love your business enough to tell the truth. Love your business enough to protect it. Love your business enough to not be biased. And amazing, amazing. I wish we could continue over and over again, but I know we are going to be rounding up shortly, and well, that's what it is. Something so nice cannot last forever. But right now, I'm going to take my final last question, and I'm going to start with you, Mr. Daringo. As a 3-in-1 question, and you're going to answer it in the sequence that it has been asked. And it's something I called FRA, F-R-A. Your feedback, your recommendation, and your advice. So the first question is, what's your feedback about this community? What's your feedback about us entrepreneurs coming together from all over the world just to connect on a Saturday, 1 hour every Saturday for the rest of our lives? And we want you to recommend, that's the second one, recommend either a book, software, a leadership book, a movie, a documentary, a song, or an app that changed your life or transform your business. And the last one will be, what's your closing advice to entrepreneurs in this room? Mr. Darengo. Let me just unmute your mic. Yeah. So feedback, recommendation, and advice.
All right, so feedback, I think, this is obviously an absolute pleasure to be here. I think 1 hour is a very short space of time to really unpack all the sort of real nuggets. So definitely from a feedback point of view, I definitely sort of admire the effort. I love to see young people coming together. It's impressive to see on a Saturday night so many people. Where in this world, especially where we are now, where you've got so much, so many shiny lights. So I think that's really something commendable. I would obviously recommend that this becomes not just a continuous process, but I definitely do think that one should unpack it further in one way or the other. I heard some testimonies, some sentences that were given earlier, and I do think there's a lot of depth in it. So the biggest challenge which I've seen as an entrepreneur, I never had mentors. I learned everything that I learned on my own without anyone to guide me or to show me the ropes. And that's probably one of the biggest sort of things I would change in my personal journey. We're lucky to have this community right now where we can actually talk about some of our learnings. I think it's important to talk about our failures. I don't think we acknowledge them enough. I don't think we talk about them enough. There's so many entrepreneurs. I mean, Africa's got a 1.3 billion population. They talk about a 3.7 billion population by 2017, less than 45 years from now. So the continent is growing. With entrepreneurship sort of at the core of it, there's so many failed businesses. They talk about 80 to 90% of businesses fail. And it's important that we're honest about what are those real challenges that we actually have. I talked about that concept around ikigai, which is really something I think people in the room should probably sort of do a self-introspection and just ask yourself, is what you're doing something that the world needs? Is it something that you can be paid for? Is it something that you love? And if you start aligning those elements together, you probably have a good chance from a work-life balance point of view to find that dish. From a closing sort of, from an advice point of view, I'd recommend the book Who Moved My Cheese. It's a book by Spencer Johnson, very, very short book. You can probably read it in 30 minutes if you really want, but it's absolutely pivotal. It helped me pivot in a lot of my businesses. I mean, I studied engineering as a profession, and I had to pivot. Right now, I'm not doing engineering. I'm doing 20 other things across 20 other different disciplines. And it was important to move with the cheese. Every day I would go to station A, something that I was comfortable with, and I needed to sort of adapt. So I think agility is an underrated sort of trait that business personnel and entrepreneurs should have. And we're moving in a very exciting space now. I mean, AI is taking over, and we're not immune to it, right? We've seen businesses that have failed on the back of inability to innovate and to move with the cheese. So I'll definitely recommend that book. And then from a sort of closing advice point of view, I think we keep pushing, right? We've got a lot to do in Africa. We can't do it alone. So, I mean, to give you some perspectives, Namibia's got 3 million people. We're the second least populated country in the world after Mongolia. And, like I said earlier, we shot a movie a year ago. And I can't sell that movie even if I wanted to Namibians. It's just impossible. We don't have enough people. But my community is not 3 million people. Africa is 1.4 billion people, and I need to start understanding that my market is 1.4 billion people. And it all starts with what we talked about earlier, right? How do we connect? How do I look past those barriers? How do I look past the Namibian boundaries and be able to travel to Kigali and trade in Kigali? So I think the Ubuntu concept is highly underrated, and I really think we should figure out how do we trade and how do we interconnect better. How do we open up markets in Namibia for entrepreneurs across the continent and start seeing past these boundaries and really reach our full potential. I think the United States does an exceptional effort in doing that because they've got these states, but these states are not physical boundaries, and unfortunately we see our countries as physical boundaries, and that's probably where we need to focus if we really want to reach our true potential.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Boundaryless Africa is what he has just preached, and a prosperous one is what he has seen. Thank you so much for the depth. Thank you so much for the conviction. Of course, I'm going to be extending the Global Entrepreneurship Festival invitation to you. I think definitely that is the stage that you should be on. It's happening in Ghana later this year. It's the biggest entrepreneurship event in the world. As Olympics is to sportmen, as FIFA World Cup is to footballers, so is the GEF to entrepreneurs across the world. It's happening during the Global Entrepreneurship Week. You yourself, Dave Anderson, every one of you are definitely will be sending your invite. We have John Maxwell coming in, we have Les Brown, we have Jeff Hoffman, we have Keeves, Rainer Keeves, we have the former CEO of 7-Eleven and Blockbuster. We have amazing people from all over the world, be there 10,000 people. Great audience, 12 events in 3 days, amazing festival. So I'll connect with you on WhatsApp and make sure that you guys are there. And of course, Dave is gonna come bully us physically in Accra, Ghana. But right now, guys, I'm gonna get the FRA question to Dave Anderson as well because I am so sure that he's got feedback for us about this community, what we're doing, and he's got a recommendation, be it a movie, be it a book, be it a software, an app, whatever it is. And of course, he used the last time to deliver anything that is on his mind to entrepreneurs. Dave Anderson, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I definitely appreciate it. The first thing I will say is this is a phenomenal, phenomenal collective of individuals who are coming together for the one thing that equalizes all of us, and that is the beauty of entrepreneurship. Here's my feedback. Too many of us are hustling for likes instead of building for legacy. I need you to understand, if you don't take anything away from me today, I need you to take this and put it in your soul. You do not need permission. You need ownership, ownership of your mind, ownership of your self-esteem, and ownership of the value your business has in the global marketplace. I need us to expand our vision. So that's my feedback. Here's my recommendation. We need to stop waiting on politicians. We need to stop waiting on platforms. The real agenda comes with receipts, infrastructure, and collaboration, so that we control the table, not beg for a seat. And that's why I wrote this book. It's called The Real Black Agenda. You can get this book right now at therealblackagenda.com. And if you do, I'm going to offer you a 30-minute sit down with me, not my team, not anybody who works for me and you. And so those spots are limited. So if you go to therealblackagenda.com, I will sign and send you a book, and then we can have a conversation directly. Now, here's my advice. I highly recommend that you treat your business like your bloodline depends on it, because brothers and sisters, it does. You have to build systems, create leverage. That's where the roadmap lives. It is a living, breathing legacy that you carry in your DNA that will imprint for the next 30 generations if you do it right. So that's my feedback. Stop hustling for likes, build for legacy. My recommendation is to stop waiting on folks and go to therealblackagenda.com so that you have a blueprint. And my advice is treat your business like it's a part of your bloodline and the lifeline of your legacy. My name's Dave Anderson. Find me at The Business Bully, and I hope to connect with you very soon.
Sure. We'll be connecting with you in Accra, Ghana. And of course, remember to bring in some copies. Well, you guys, if you can even order yours, we're going to make sure it's there. So he's going to have his exhibition booth in the pavilion as well, so we can get hard copies of the book, The Real Black Agenda. But you can get it online. What he has promised is amazing. Can you believe this? One-on-one with the bully. Now, think about it. Remember the real experience of a one-on-one with a bully. I want you to kind of like imagine something. Remember how much you feel like I'm alone with this bully. Remember how scared and how vulnerable you'll be when you're with a bully, real life. Now imagine, transform that feeling to the positive angle. Imagine a positive bully with you, with all that vulnerability, with all that isolation. Imagine what he can do with you. That's what you get for grabbing a book on therealblackagenda.com. Oh my God, that's what happens when you're in the room. Opportunities are thrown at you like these and are granted to you like a Merry Christmas gift. That's what you guys have gone. Jump on that website immediately after we finish. Follow all our guests on their platforms. Drop a recommendation on the platform. Drop a comment. I have always warned you guys. I said the person I hate most in life is an ungrateful person. And like my late mom taught me, she said, Generosity might be done in private, but appreciation must be done in public. Go to their pages and go say thank you. Drop on your status, thank you, Dave, thank you, Daringo, thank you, Entrepreneurs Assembly. You do not know what it does for you in the universe. You are punching hole in the platform, in the universe. You are punching hole of access, all of generosity when you make statements like that. People use their status and write stupid things. I am tired. I can't believe my day. I'm not broken. You have not used it to thank a person that invested in your life. Don't you know what you feed to the universe? The universe feeds you back. Go and appreciate them. But before they do, just before we round up, I want to show you something, Daringo, and I also want to show you something, Dave. I want you to pay close attention to your screens. Just look at your screen. And I wanted to show you the number of loves that you get from different parts of the world. Just watch your screen right now as everybody keeps dropping that love. Look at this. See how beautiful this is. From different continents of the world, just to say we love you. We genuinely appreciate you. We love you. Let me add mine as well. Let's keep dropping it. Just saying thank you. Just say thank you. That's the number. I don't think you've gotten so much virtual loves from everywhere in the world before. This is from Asia. This is from America. This is from Africa, from Australia. Come on, man. Look at it. Look at how few the screen is. Just to say we genuinely appreciate the time you have invested in impacting lives today. And once again, guys, we're going to get all our speakers from the Entrepreneurs Assembly. We're going to get more speakers from different parts of the world. If you don't have your ticket to the Global Entrepreneurship Festival, then maybe you are very close to being a fool. Guess why I did not say you are a fool? Because maybe you might still make the decision. So I'm not going to hide it. You know me as a business bully myself. I'll tell you the truth the way it is. I spoke about access. A room can change your entire life. All these things you're looking for, one room, the right person can change your entire life. I'm going to post something on my platform tomorrow or next. Go and watch that video. You understand what I'm about to say. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, Dave Anderson. From the bottom of my heart, Panache Daringo. I love you guys, brother. I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to send you a message and let's connect. And please connect with all the speakers. Drop a recommendation on their LinkedIn, drop comments about how they made you feel and the impact they made in your life. Guys, if there's one person that genuinely wants you to succeed in life, you know it, right? It's me. So go and succeed. It's a new week from tomorrow. God bless you all. My name is Sumis Francis, and I'm nothing without God. Peace out. Stay for 2 minutes of music. Drop what you do in your chat session. Let somebody know what you do. Don't leave a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Just drop a message, say what you do in the chat session as the music is going on. And as we go out, let's do it the way we always do it. We have to put our hands together with our slogan, symbol of unity, collaboration, like Panache said, symbol of cross-border, cross-continent, cross-country. And I'm going to say that if you, Chidenza, if you, Chikodi, if you, Dave, if you, Joy, if you, Olushola, if you, Daringo, if you, Rosemary, if you, Temi, can achieve all what you have achieved by yourself. And then the response is, how much more can we achieve together? Are you ready? So let's do it now. Entrepreneurs from all over the world. If you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? Come on, man. Make it up. Back to DJ.
You're rocking with the best.
Drop your social media handle.
Africa's
Let
young
us know who you are
entrepreneurs.
before you leave. 2 minutes of music and
Where
connect in
African
the chat room.
entrepreneurs at
Love you
home
all.
and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
People under the sun, you know we are. We are. the sun, you know we are. We are, we are, we are, we are, we are. One people under the sun. Send down the rain. Send down the rain on my people. Send down the rain. To show we are one heart, one soul, one blood.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.